Good evening, you're watching KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. Najib has peeked into his crystal ball and is seeing blue. Blue as in Barisan Nasional. He believes Malaysians are ready to embrace the coalition once again. If you didn't have Monday blues, this would certainly put you in the mood. Former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak has predicted that BN will return to power in the next general election. He said this in a speech at an event in Nilai on Sunday, organised by BN-friendly party Malaysia Makkal Sakti.
22 bulan di bawah Pakatan Harapan, 17 bulan di bawah Pakatan Perikatan Nasional. Mana lebih baik? BN lebih baik ke? Jawapannya once again, rakyat telah jawab. Pilihan raya di Negeri Sembilan di Melaka dan juga di Johor ternyata memberi isyarat yang jelas bahawa rakyat sudah bersedia nak mengubah balik keputusan mereka pada 2018. Kalau kali itu ubah dari BN ke parti lain, hari ini rakyat nak kembali kepada Barisan Nasional untuk mentadbir negara.
Speaking to the Indian majority crowd at the event, Najib vowed to continue the Malaysian-Indian blueprint if BN returns to Putrajaya after the upcoming general election. Najib said even UMNO chief Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has agreed to this. He also said he viewed BN's defeat in the last general election as temporary.
Kita ni jadi mangsa kepada permainan durjana pihak tertentu. Permainan mereka satu demi satu, kebenaran sudah pun terselah. Dan saya percaya yang benar tetap akan terbukti kebenarannya, insya-Allah.
Najib and UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, who is also on trial for corruption charges, made the call for early polls at BN's 48th National Convention earlier this month. In his speech, the former Premier said the election must not be stalled due to inflation or self-interest. Previously, Najib also called on voters to punish both Perikatan Nasional and Pakatan Harapan in the next general election. Muhyiddin Yassin has denied receiving 1.3 million ringgit from a firm that allegedly paid bribes to Zahid Hamidi. Mahathir was asked to respond to the allegation. While he didn't know if the allegation was true, he knows the money never got to Bersatu. 1.3 million ringgit in donations purportedly gifted to Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin in 2018 did not reach the party. This is according to the party's former chairperson, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Speaking to reporters at the sidelines of an event in Kuala Lumpur yesterday, Mahathir said he was unaware of the veracity of the allegations against Muhyiddin. However, Mahathir said that as the chairperson of Bersatu at the time, the money didn't reach the party treasurer. Mahathir said all donations to the party are not kept by the recipient but by the treasurer. Muhyiddin was alleged to have been paid 1.3 million ringgit by Ultra Kirana Sadiran Berhad in 2018. This was revealed by former UKSB Administrative Manager David Tan during the corruption trial against UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi on June 17th. Tan testified that the company kept a ledger of its political donations. Apart from Muhyiddin and Zahid, the court heard that Khairi Jamaluddin, Rizal American, Naina American, Hishamuddin Hussain, Shafi Abdal and Anifa Aman were named in the ledger. So far, only Muhyiddin and Anifa have denied receiving the money. Muhyiddin claimed that he was undergoing cancer treatment during the dates alleged by Tan. Najib may be eager for early elections, but let's not forget the OneMDB corruption trial is ongoing. Let's see what the 26th witness had to say today.
Former Second Finance Minister Ahmad Husni Mohamad Hanatsla refused to get involved in OneMDB. This is according to the testimony made by the 26th prosecution witness, Siti Zawiya Muhammad Desa, a former Finance Ministry officer. She told the Kuala Lumpur High Court that then Treasury Secretary General Muhammad Irwan Suriga Abdullah also told her not to proceed with an issue regarding Article 117 of OneMDB's Memorandum and Articles of Association. Siti Zawiya, who used to be part of the ministry's loan management division, was giving oral evidence during the 2.28 billion ringgit OneMDB corruption trial against Najib Abdul Razak. As the accused looked on from the dock, Siti Zawiya claimed that she met these high-level rebuffs to her attempt to escalate the issue of the OneMDB M&A amendment to insert Article 117 into the Minister of Finance Incorporated-owned company. Article 117 provides that OneMDB matters, such as the appointment of directors, senior management team members, and other financial matters, require the authorization of Najib. Back in earlier proceedings on November 11 last year, former OneMDB Chief Financial Officer Azmi Tahir testified that he followed the instructions of fugitive Jolo in regard to OneMDB's investments, as Najib was the ultimate power over the fund. Azmi claimed that he was introduced to Low as an alleged advisor to OneMDB, referring to Article 117 of the fund's M&A. Back on June 7th, during the OneMDB trial, Husni testified claiming that Najib told him not to get involved and interfere with OneMDB. Husni claimed Najib told him this after he tried to warn the latter about setting up OneMDB without a proper feasibility study, among other concerns.
Who is in a better position to talk about cooperation than the man who decided to cooperate with Harapan's rivals? Osman Ali is happy with unity displayed by Kedah PN.
Bersatu leader Osman Ali has praised the cooperation between Perikatan Nasional parties in Kedah. He said the cooperation in the state was very strong and should be emulated in other states. Speaking to reporters after a Bersatu function in Alor Serta yesterday afternoon, he said his meeting with Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Muhammad Noor from PAS is proof that PN's cooperation in Kedah is strong. PN currently controls 21 seats in the Kedah Legislative Assembly, above the 18 required to govern. There are 2 BN Assembly persons supporting Sanusi. PAS controls 15 seats in the Kedah Assembly and Bersatu 6. According to Sina Harian, Asmin revealed that there would be a major national-level PN meeting. The meeting would include representatives of all PN-controlled state administrations on election preparations and the implementation of PN policies. Apart from Kedah, the other 2 PN-controlled states are Kelantan and Terengganu. Azmin added Kedah Bersatu was very committed to working with PAS.
The labour shortage is costing plantations a lot of money. However, Zuraida says this is the time for them to think outside the box and innovate.
The plantation sector has been urged to embrace automation to overcome labour shortages. This comes after the Malaysian Estate Owners Association said it is losing 5 to 10% of its earnings due to a shortage of some 120,000 workers. Plantation Industries and Commodities Minister Zuraida Kamarudin said the manpower shortage was due to unavoidable external factors. She said while the government is working to resolve this in the short term, plantations should cut dependency on foreign workers by using technology like drones in the future. She added that research shows drones could be used for activities like pest control and surveillance. She's also confident the labour crunch would spur plantation owners to look into greater automation. Reuters reported earlier this month that Malaysian firms, including palm oil plantations, are foregoing billions of ringgit in sales due to a worker shortage.
Cops will be speaking to all the participants of last Friday's Walk for Justice. However, the Bar Council isn't too happy about it, saying the police are misguided.
Dang Wangi District Police are looking to question everyone involved in the Walk for Justice gathering last Friday. Following this, the Malaysian Bar has issued a circular to its members on what to do. The Bar said the police are misguided in the understanding of their role and the law. After describing Nur Dalhan's statement as perplexing, the Bar called on members not to be perturbed, as they have not committed any wrongdoing. It also advised members to ascertain who they are speaking to in the event the police reach out to them, and advised that they may speak to cops at a time and date that is at their convenience. The circular added that those who police seek to question should inform the Bar Secretariat, and that a legal counsel should accompany them. The Bar said that the urgent arrest team from the Legal Aid Centre Kuala Lumpur would also be on standby. The The circular also detailed various documents and correspondence to show that the Malaysian Bar had complied with the Peaceful Assembly Act 2012. On June 17, police prevented the lawyers demanding judicial independence from marching from Padang Merbok to Parliament to submit a memorandum. Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department overseeing Parliament and Law, Mas Ermiyati Samsudin, who was initially expected to receive the memorandum from the Bar Council at Parliament, instead went to Padang Merbok to meet with the lawyers.
No leaders or civil servants in Kelantan are involved in corruption, according to the state's Deputy Menteri Besar.
Kelantan Deputy Menteri Besar Muhammad Amar Abdullah said there are no leaders and civil servants in Kelantan who have been charged with offences such as misappropriation, abuse of power and corruption since the past administration in Kelantan. He, however, admitted that some officers or staff had been investigated over such matters after receiving reports from certain parties. Speaking to reporters in Kota Baru yesterday, he said since the administration of the late Nik Abdul Aziz Nikmat, it has been mentioned that if there is misappropriation, abuse of power or graft among government leaders, then the matter can be lodged with the MACC or the police. He added that if a report has been lodged, they are ready to be investigated. However, he said any allegation must have evidence and that must be the basis. Also at the Kelantan State Economic Development Corporation Group Appreciation Night and Sunnah Economic Speech were past President Abdul Hadi Awang and Kelantan Menteri Besar Ahmad Yaakob.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.